How to be gay. That's the tutorial? Alright, buckle up, because I don't know who typed that into the search bar, but I respect the confidence. First things first. Being gay isn't a side quest you unlock after collecting 50 rainbow coins or reaching level 70 in real life. There isn't a hidden settings menu where you flip the likes men switch from off to on, and suddenly every guy with decent hair becomes the main character in your life. That's not how any of this works. Sexual orientation isn't a hobby. It isn't a challenge run. It isn't one of those productivity habits where you wake up at 5 in the morning, drink lemon water, meditate for 20 minutes, and then somehow end up attracted to dudes by lunch. You either are, you aren't, or you're somewhere in between figuring things out, and that's completely normal. Yet somehow, every few months, the internet collectively acts like there's a secret formula. Somebody posts, "How do I become gay?" And another person replies with something like, "Listen to Lady Gaga 3 times while eating iced coffee," as if Starbucks is secretly running a government-funded orientation conversion program in reverse. It's hilarious because people genuinely treat sexuality like downloadable DLC. Bro, where's the update? I still don't have the Rainbow expansion pack. That's not how software works, and it's definitely not how humans work. If you're asking because it's a joke, congratulations, you have successfully baited the algorithm. If you're asking because you're genuinely confused about your feelings, then welcome to one of the oldest human experiences on Earth. People have spent centuries trying to understand themselves. You're not weird for asking questions. You're weird if you think the answer is hidden inside a YouTube Shorts comment section. Let's be honest, the internet has become the least qualified therapist in existence. One video tells you every person who looks at another human for longer than 2 seconds is secretly gay. Another tells you everyone is actually straight and society made up the rest. Then someone stitches those videos together with Subway Surfers gameplay underneath, and suddenly you've got 10 million views of complete nonsense. Reality is much less dramatic. Attraction is personal. It's complicated. Sometimes it's obvious. Sometimes it takes years to understand. There isn't a stopwatch counting down until your orientation gets revealed with dramatic boss music. Life isn't a gender reveal party for your own brain. Some people know from childhood. Some people don't figure it out until adulthood. Some people realize labels don't fit them perfectly. None of those outcomes deserve a dramatic YouTube apology video filmed in front of a bookshelf. The funniest part is how people online act like every stereotype is mandatory. Apparently, according to random internet experts, if you're gay, you're legally required to have immaculate fashion sense, know every pop diva released since 1998, and possess the supernatural ability to identify furniture quality from across the room. Meanwhile, there are gay mechanics rebuilding V8 engines before breakfast, gay powerlifters deadlifting enough weight to fold a Honda Civic into a lawn chair, gay software engineers arguing about semicolons at 3 in the morning, gay farmers waking up before the sun, and gay gamers getting destroyed in ranked matches exactly like everybody else. Being gay isn't a personality template. It's one aspect of who somebody is. That's like assuming every straight guy owns a fishing boat and every straight woman spends weekends baking cupcakes. Humans are significantly more complicated than internet stereotypes give them credit for. The internet loves compressing entire populations into 5-second jokes because nuance gets fewer clicks than outrage. You know what's infinitely more interesting than stereotypes? Actual people. They don't fit neatly into boxes. That's why they're people instead of Pokemon. Another thing that deserves to be launched directly into the sun is the myth that somebody can turn another person gay. Apparently every time 2 friends hug for longer than 2 seconds, somebody in the comments starts typing like they're witnessing a scientific breakthrough. Relax. Friendship exists. Compliments exist. Emotional vulnerability exists. None of those automatically rewrite someone's orientation. Otherwise, every gym bro who calls another guy king after a deadlift PR would have accidentally rewritten the population statistics years ago. Humans are capable of caring about each other without secretly rewriting biology. It's not that complicated. Then you've got the people treating sexuality like a competitive sport. Who's winning? Nobody. That's the answer. There isn't a scoreboard. There isn't a championship trophy. Nobody walks onto a podium while confetti falls from the ceiling because they achieved maximum homosexuality. That's not a measurable statistic. You don't unlock achievements like, congratulations, you have complimented enough men's jawlines to reach platinum rank. If Steam ever adds orientation achievements, humanity has officially peaked in the worst possible way. The funniest misunderstanding comes from people assuming they have to prove something. Somebody starts questioning themselves and immediately begins conducting an FBI investigation into every memory they've ever had. When I was 8, I thought that actor looked cool. Case closed. Slow down, detective. Human memory isn't evidence. People admire other people for thousands of reasons. You don't need to assemble a conspiracy board with red string connecting Marvel actors, classmates, and that one celebrity you thought had nice hair in 2017. Self-discovery usually looks a lot less like a crime documentary and a lot more like quietly realizing what feels authentic over time. It doesn't need dramatic music. It doesn't need Twitter polls. It definitely doesn't need random strangers deciding your identity before you do. The internet loves doing that. They'll see one photo and immediately diagnose your entire personality, political beliefs, favorite pizza toppings, and dating preferences. Somehow, everyone online became Sherlock Holmes after watching 3 psychology TikToks. Reality stubbornly refuses to cooperate with that level of confidence. Another bizarre myth is that sexuality determines your entire future. Newsflash: Monday morning still exists, bills still exist, laundry still exists. If you're gay, your washing machine doesn't suddenly stop working because you achieved self-awareness. Your internet bill still arrives, your boss still wants the report by Friday, your dog still wants breakfast at 6 in the morning. Life keeps moving. The biggest difference is, hopefully you're more comfortable being yourself, instead of pretending to be somebody else for everyone else's convenience. That part actually matters. Living honestly tends to require less mental gymnastics than maintaining a fake version of yourself indefinitely. The human brain already has enough things to manage without running an entire fictional character 24 hours a day. If you're trying to force yourself into an identity that doesn't fit, whether that's pretending to be gay when you're straight or pretending to be straight when you're gay, you're signing yourself up for an exhausting performance with no intermission. Nobody deserves that. Here's another classic internet moment. Somebody asks, "How do I know if I'm gay?" And the comments become the world's least reliable personality quiz. Do you drink iced coffee? Have you ever listened to Taylor Swift? Do you moisturize? Congratulations. Apparently half the population has now been reassigned based on skincare habits. Attraction involves, believe it or not, attraction. Not beverage choices, not playlists, not shoe brands. Humans have somehow invented the most ridiculous correlation charts imaginable. It's like saying anyone who enjoys pineapple on pizza secretly wants to become an astronaut. Those ideas have absolutely nothing to do with each other. But the internet loves connecting random dots because certainty feels entertaining even when it's completely wrong. At the end of the day, if you're gay, you're gay. If you're straight, you're straight. If you're bisexual, you're bisexual. If you're still figuring yourself out, you're still figuring yourself out. None of those require permission slips from Reddit moderators or approval from YouTube comments containing profile pictures of anime characters wearing sunglasses. You don't owe strangers a detailed PowerPoint presentation explaining your identity. Most people are far too busy worrying about themselves anyway. That's one of the funniest realizations you get as you grow older. Everyone thinks everyone else is constantly judging them, while everyone else is busy wondering if they accidentally sent an email with a typo. The human race collectively spends an incredible amount of time assuming everyone is watching them, when in reality, most people are trying to remember where they left their phone while holding it in their hand. If you're comfortable with yourself, great. If you're still asking questions, that's fine too. Questions aren't failures. They're part of learning who you are. What doesn't help is letting random internet stereotypes become the loudest voice in the room. Those stereotypes exist because they're easy to repeat, not because they're accurate. Real people consistently ruin simplistic narratives by existing. They have different interests, different personalities, different careers, different goals, and different lives. Orientation isn't the headline of every chapter in somebody's story. It's one detail among thousands. So if somebody seriously asks, "How do I be gay?" the answer is surprisingly short after all this rambling. You don't become gay through effort. You don't grind experience points. You don't speedrun attraction. You don't install a software patch overnight. If you're gay, you already are. If you're not, forcing the issue won't magically rewrite who you are. Spend less time trying to fit into somebody else's expectations and more time paying attention to what honestly feels true to you. That's infinitely more productive than letting the internet convince you your playlist determines your destiny. And if all you wanted from this video was a magical step-by-step guide with 10 easy tricks guaranteed to transform your orientation before next Tuesday, congratulations, you've successfully clicked on the wrong video, because reality stubbornly refuses to work like a badly written life hack.